Hey everyone, welcome back to Deep Psychology. This is the second edition of the Sunday Sit, and basically what we're going to do is practice a new meditation technique every week for the month of July, every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central European, 7 p.m. if you're in the UK, every single Sunday. So if you haven't been to the Sunday Sit yet, if you haven't joined us yet, welcome, and you're welcome to go back to the first audio which was released last week. And basically what we're doing is we're doing a month of breathing meditation, different breathing meditation techniques, so that you can get a taste for how I teach meditation, you can get a taste of meditation, and you can just pick up the absolute essentials. Breathing meditation is a very accessible practice, but it's also potentially very profound. And in fact, sometimes the most simple meditation techniques are the most profound. It obviously takes experience and practice to realise why they are profound, but profound they are nonetheless. So this week we are going to do another form of breathing meditation, and it's basically paying attention to the sensations of breath at the nostrils. Okay, so last week we were working at the stomach, the chest area. Here we're going to be working at the nostril area. And it's a very similar technique. The difference is that it requires a bit more attention, a bit more detection skills, and a bit more concentration skills to be able to remain focused on these sensations, because they're much more subtle than the sensation of our stomach and our chest expanding and contracting with the breath. So it's something we introduce always a bit later on, but it's another fundamental breath practice that you will probably come across on your journey. Nonetheless, very powerful. So I'd like you to choose a posture. You can just sit in a chair. If you like, you can sit on a bed, as long as you're able to have your back straight. If you've done this before, you can choose your own posture. There's many different types of posture. I've got articles explaining that, if you want to delve into that another time. So take your posture and just take a moment to make sure that you feel settled, you feel comfortable. Try to release any of the most obvious tension in your body. Just let the muscles loosen, let yourself relax into the moment, as it were. This doesn't mean the purpose of meditation is to feel relaxed. It's just that when we relax the body and when we just let our body settle, it's a lot easier just to sit and pay attention, which is what we're doing here. So now, following the 5 S's of posture, we're sitting straight, we're sitting symmetrically, so having our arms and legs as symmetrical as possible, imaginary line down the centre of our body, mirroring either side. Just for some reason it seems to enhance attention. I'm not sure why, but it does. Nice and stable. Whatever posture you're choosing, feel that there's no moving parts. You're not sort of struggling to sit there and keep in your posture. You're just stable. You feel supported. Your legs are supported, your arms and hands are supported adequately. And you're not straining to sit up too straight, not straining the face, scrunching your face up, not tensing up any muscles in the body to try and force yourself into a meditative state or anything like that. Just sit straight and stable and symmetrical and supported and not straining, and that is the meditation posture. Make any final adjustments to the posture if you need to. If you're new to meditation, just know that with time you will find a posture or 2 or 3 postures that suit you and that you can rely on. To begin with, it can feel a bit strange. Just take a minute to settle into the body and just to compose yourself, to give yourself over to the meditation, just to let yourself do this simple thing. Not easy though. So let's let the breath be natural for the duration of this meditation. That sounds like a bit of an oxymoron. Let it be natural, right? Because you're already interfering. Just what I'd say is, whenever you try and notice that you're trying to control the breath in any way, just let go of the control, right, as much as you can. Have your mouth closed. And what you'll notice as you breathe in and as you breathe out is that there's a flow of air across the nostril, sort of the tip of the nose, nostril area. I'll just say at the nose, just to make it simple, but it's really at the tip of the nose and the nostril area. You'll notice there's a slight pressure, a slight sense of movement as you breathe in and out, and that is basically the object of focus, right? So the first part of this meditation, the first element of it is feeling that sensation, feeling the sense of pressure as you breathe in, the sense of pressure as you breathe out, the sense of movement, the air passing through, passing over this area of the body. When your attention drifts from that, you return it there. It's really that, it's as simple as that, but the simplicity of it is what makes it challenging, right? And if you've never done this, you'll discover that. So that's the first element. Let's practice that. It might be quite a subtle sensation, this, but again, that's why we're doing it. We're doing it to train our attention more than we would in a regular breath of the stomach type meditation, right? Not controlling the breath, just feeling the sensations of the breath moving past the tip of the nose as you're breathing in and out. And although the instructions are simple, this is not a simple feat. It's not easy, right? Because our attention wanders all the time. You're probably going to notice this. It wanders into thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future. It gets dragged away by sounds around us, by feelings in our body. Anything that we are sensing right now that is not the breath at the nose is essentially a distraction, and our attention can be dragged away by any distraction, right? So you just notice that. Notice when it's wandered away, and then you return it there. You just get back on the bike, over and over again. So the first element is noticing when your attention is wandering, returning it to the breath at the nose over and over again, as many times as required. That's just the training we're doing here, right? The second component or element is, while we're doing that, is to really feel these sensations as they are, right? Beyond our ideas about them, beyond what we think of them, beyond whether we like them or dislike them or anything, any concept, just try and feel them as they are, right? Raw attention. And what you'll probably realise is you have all kinds of thoughts and interpretations about them, right? Just notice that and just go back to the raw sensation. What does the breath actually feel like at the nose? What is it? What really is it? And the answer is not a conceptual answer. I mean, there is no real answer. The answer is just the raw feeling. But I want you to feel the raw feeling, not just think about it. What you'll realise if you keep coming back to the raw sensation of the breath at the nose is that there's actually more going on than you thought. Subtle sensations, subtle movement, subtle pressure. There's little pressures, there's little movements going on in these sensations that you've probably never realised before, right? And that's a good thing to realise. It's a sign that you're training your attention to be more discerning, more clear. Keep returning your attention to the breath at the nose when you get lost, get your attention wanders. Keep trying to feel these sensations as they are, beyond all concepts. This might seem like a very trivial thing to do, but actually it's one of the keys to the entire meditation endeavor, right? For the next 10, 20 years of your meditation practice. So it's absolutely crucial. And the final element is just non-resistance, which is an element in pretty much all meditation systems, is non-resistance. Just allowing whatever comes up, whether it's thoughts or emotions or tensions or discomfort of any kind, feeling restless, feeling bored, anything, any reaction, just letting it come up, not resisting, not pushing it away, allowing it, having this stance of allowing. That is, again, another crucial point in all meditation. Not trying to force anything to happen or have expectations or think that meditation needs to be a certain way. If you're doing what I'm telling you here, you're doing the meditation just fine. A lot of the time there's not going to be fireworks. The fireworks are the dessert. The main course is the practice and the intention and the effort, and over time it will pay amazing dividends for you in many different areas of your life. Okay, let's have another couple of minutes of that. Let's just keep continuing with this. Alright, so what I like to do at the end of a session is just to drop the technique and just to sit. Not trying to do anything, not trying to achieve anything, just sitting. Bridging the gap between formal meditation and the rest of the day, and just gently coming out of this intense work. Okay, good work, and now you can open your eyes and just relax the posture and just let go. So that's the second meditation of the month, and I hope that you will practice this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday before we meet again next Sunday for the third edition of this. If you want to learn more about meditation, I've got plenty of episodes about it. I've got plenty of resources on the website, including courses. If you just have a little browse, you'll find them quite quickly. It's all pretty clear. And if you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment or to drop me an email, ross@deep-psychology.com. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And just a word about my classes in September. What we're going to be doing is having an online group in September, a new one, where we're going to cover meditation, we're going to cover also more theoretical work in psychology, meditation, spirituality, philosophy and so on. So it's part of my psycho-spiritual approach. And yeah, if you want to learn more, please follow the link to my classes in the description of this episode. Alright, great. Thanks a lot for joining me for the Sunday Sit, and I will see you very soon for a new instalment of Deep Psychology Podcast. Thank you. Take care.